This is the Queen Mother herself. Like, this is literally the woman that taught every other young woman out there how to be a high-value woman, how to know your self-worth, yada, yada, yada. And then she got cheated on.
People have developed this unhealthy obsession with idealizing the people they watch online. Like, if someone as beautiful, as smart, and as accomplished as Wizard Liz got cheated on, then what hope do I, the poor peasant, have? This is genuinely concerning. Of course, I'm just a pheasant, and naturally all men are the same. So I will now hate on my significant other because the mother of all high-value women got cheated on. I should probably put a disclaimer out there that no pheasants were hurt during the process of making this video, so please hit that subscribe button. Some women came out saying if Wizard Liz got cheated on, then we are all cooked.
All I have to say is if the Wizard Liz is getting cheated on while she's 4 months pregnant, all of us are cooked. We're all cooked.
Wait a minute.
First of all, why do people put themselves down like that? They'll say, but she's more beautiful than me. Plenty of beautiful women get cheated on daily basis. Beauty doesn't change a thing and is a very shallow metric to operate by.
I genuinely believe that the more beautiful you are, the more likely you are to get cheated on. Angelina Jolie got cheated on. Megan Fox got cheated on. All the pretty girls get cheated on. And the fact that they're pretty is the exact reason they get cheated on. While ugly people, on the other hand, get the best type of relationships. And it's because they're chosen for their personality rather than looks.
Then it's, but she's so much more successful than me. But what does success even mean? Lots of successful women are single for years. And some get cheated on too. And seriously, how do you even define success? Is it having a YouTube channel with tons of followers, having money, a family with a happy marriage, a good job? Because from what I've seen, success is very personal. Some people making 100k a year feel successful, while others with the same income think they are failing.
Can't do much with 100 grand at all. I remember I was thinking like those people that make £100,000 a year must be like the ones that are driving like the Aston Martins and like the Ferraris.
You got a million, like, you're not rich. You're dropping the ocean.
Some see owning a house and having a family as a win. Others see the opposite as a win. Some think being an influencer is a huge achievement. Others see it as, well, something else entirely. Everyone's idea of success is different.
You know, we don't talk about this a lot, but I'm going to share with you what it's like to date as a millionaire woman. Many of the people I met either made anything as little as, and I say little because I live in New York City, as little as 70,000, 60,000 to about 750,000. That was the highest income earner that I dated. And whether the high or low income, honest to God, it didn't really make a difference. They all expected me to do traditional wifey duties, very gender old school, like cooking, cleaning, just like doing all this additional work, even though I was making a lot more money or as much or similarly could hold my own. So it was extremely unfair.
And then there is the whole she's got good intuition, she can spot narcissists, she can manifest what she wants. And I think we don't even need to comment on that. Women who are in relationships, and let's assume happy ones, are suddenly starting to question the loyalty of their boyfriends or husbands. A lot of people seem to think that just because someone like Wizard Liz got manipulated and cheated on while pregnant, no less all men are the same. Let's just break down briefly why Wizard Liz got cheated on in the first place. First of all, she chose a guy she barely knew and let herself get love bombed because she was convinced she was special. So special that any man who walked into her life would instantly fall in love with her on sight within a day. So when he expressed his love within a day, it didn't seem very strange anymore. And that's exactly what he gave her because he had clearly watched her videos, he knew exactly what to say, how to act, and how to sell the fantasy just to get what he wanted.
Hi guys, so me and Landon are shopping in Gucci right now. He said I can get whatever I want.
Secondly, without much thought, she got engaged. No real background check, no digging into his past. Then came the pregnancy. She called it a miracle, said she manifested him, but what it really showed was a lack of responsibility. I mean, how responsible is it to bring a child into the world with someone you barely know? What happened here wasn't just bad luck. It was the result of materialistic and transactional mindset, spiritual delusion, illusion, and a whole lot of narcissism. No one is truly immune to making bad choices when it comes to love. That's why it's important to take your time, get to know someone, and making sure you truly know them without rushing into full-on relationship. Because no matter how good someone is at pretending, they can't keep the mask on forever. And even if you do take your time, ask all the right questions, set boundaries, build trust, can you guarantee you won't get cheated on? Probably not, but your chances of choosing better are way higher. So unless there is a serious suspicion that your significant other is cheating on you, don't ruin your relationship over an internet influencer. And there it is, the famous never trust a man clap.
I personally could never trust a man. I absolutely not. I've loved men and I've cared about men, and I've had, I care deeply about my ex-boyfriends, and we're still friends. Like I've had love for men. I've never trusted a man, ever. Even the men that I've loved in my past, I would not trust them. I've never met a man who was not driven by his lust. If there's one theme that all of the men that I've ever known, whether I dated them or otherwise, there's one theme that they all had, is that they're absolutely controlled by their lust. Which is why I would never marry a man, and why I think if I am going to enter some kind of relationship with a man, I have to be getting some kind of, what's the word for it? Collateral.
Her advice here paints a very clear picture of someone who's been burned maybe more than once, to the point where trusting men no longer feels like an option. And honestly, I respect that. It's her choice, shaped by her experiences, and no one has the right to dismiss that. There are men out there driven by lust, men who manipulate, love bomb, and play twisted games just to feel like they've won. But let's not forget, there are women out there who date men solely for their money, pretending it's love. Women who stay in relationships for financial support while openly cheating and disrespecting the men they are with. Some date multiple men at once, one pays the bills, another covers rent, another funds vacations. And yes, there are women who will drag a man to court and lie about him just because things didn't go their way, fully prepared to ruin his life over it. There are men who cheat, and there are women who cheat. So does that mean we should go through life assuming all men are evil, or that all women are evil? Since when did becoming an incel become something to be proud of? Everyone is free to live how they choose. If you want to stay single forever because you don't trust anyone due to your experience, that's valid and that's entirely your right. But can we stop pretending that surrendering to fear and building the identity around it is some kind of accomplishment and something to strive towards?
What I'm trying to say is, my last two boyfriends, the first one I had an unlimited Amex card, and the second one was literally a sub and would wait on me and do anything I told him to do. That's why they were my boyfriends. You know what I mean? I guess I'm not saying it's impossible, but if that's on your top priority of things that you would want out of life, is a man to give you a fairy tale romance and love, we need to recalibrate our needs and wants and desires, because that's not a fair bet to make. Don't ever do that. Get the man with resources and learn to love him if you must have one.
It's the same reheated transactional advice over and over again. Date men with resources and pretend to love them. Have you ever noticed how these women always seem to say the exact same things? They always see so much in relationships, always spotting cheating, betrayal, manipulation, until they reach a point where they give up on love altogether and start promoting strictly transactional relationships. No emotions, no vulnerability, just strategy.
Any man who says you should trust men as a woman is lying to you. The only man that you even have a chance at trusting is a man who will straight up look at you and say, men cannot be trusted. Men will fake their personalities. They will mirror you. They will try to humble you. They will pretend to be something that they're not in order to get you. They will trap you with a baby, and they will lie to you. Because it's just the way it is. This is a very simple message, which is why I don't even want to come here and say this. Because, generalization and all or nothing mentalities usually aren't good. But trust me, I've known a lot of people. I've seen a lot of things in my life.
Here's the thing, if you keep dating men with a certain mindset, one that's all about status, money, and control, then it's not exactly shocking when that's what you attract in return.
This is what you gotta know. I'm gonna start with the number one thing, and this is a really tough pill to swallow when you aren't like this yourself. These guys are going to have rosters, even if they fucking like you. Especially if they're a little bit on the younger side, 30 and under, and they're rich. Honestly, I wouldn't even recommend pursuing anything with a guy like that, because they are way too young and way not ready for anything serious. But you gotta be careful with the older ones as well.
And if you think only women can play the pretend to love for gain game, think again, because men do it too.
Looking for a relationship. I'm very emotionally unavailable. So what I will do, I like to meet someone, completely love bomb them, gaslight them and manipulate them, right? And really just make them think they've met, I'm a good guy and we in love. Yeah. And then as soon as you show, she shows this could be something, then I cut you off completely.
Another thing that is quite dangerous is trusting your feelings a bit too much.
I'm a person, I'm very intuitive, So I feel things. I don't really think, I feel.
It was just a feeling. It was just this feeling. It's like this inner knowing.
Let's be honest, we've all been guilty of this at some point. Letting our feelings, our emotions completely take the wheel. But especially in the beginning, when you first meet someone, it's important to stay sharp, keep your guard up just enough to think clearly, to not fall for sweet words, grand gestures, fancy gifts, or the cute little dates they plan. Those things are nice, but they're not proof of character. So I think people should just take their time, watch closely, and let people show who they are, not just who they want you to think they are.
And then she used to tell me, Liz, when you meet that right person, you're gonna want that.
But she said when you meet the one, or when you meet someone that you're meant to be with, you skip the dating phase.
Also told me immediately when we hanged out in Santorini, I knew you were gonna be my wife. He's like, I became so protective over you already because I knew this is my wife.
It went from like meeting each other to being like, we're married.
Skipping the dating phase is genuinely such a dangerous advice that early stage exists for a reason. It's where you observe, learn, and understand who someone really is when the honeymoon haze fades. Skipping it means skipping vital red flags, patterns, and compatibility issues.
Actually, the first day we connected and started talking to each other, we couldn't stop talking about marriage. We couldn't stop talking about starting a family.
He's like, yeah, I would love to have kids one day. He's like, you know, maybe in the future, you know, and he goes like, we'll start a family one day. And I was like, I know, like, I feel it, you know, I feel a family for us.
Bringing the life into this world should be the biggest responsibility there is. It takes time to truly know if someone is emotionally mature, stable, and ready to co-parent. Rushing that process doesn't make you intuitive, it just shows a lack of patience and long-term thinking. People say, when you know, and rush to get a ring, get married, and have kids all within a year. But real-life experience shows that rushing big decisions like that is rarely wise, and more often reckless.
Baby girl, I'm gonna marry you one day. Yeah? Who wouldn't want to wife me up? No one has ever made me feel this way before. Well, duh. I'm known to have that effect on people. I have never been so in love. You are so perfect. Tell me something I don't know. I am so delulu that I genuinely think that it's a perfectly normal reaction to being around me. Why wouldn't they fall in love with me within the first week of dating?
Being the Lulu is not always as a Lulu, but can lead to your down Lulu. You always hear it. Be delusional and win in life. And yes, it can have some benefits because it allows you to believe in yourself and your capabilities. But when left unchecked, it can lead to terrible outcomes. When you start believing that you are better or more valuable than everyone else, you will become vulnerable to manipulation. It is incredibly easy to manipulate a person who believes in an idea of their own grandiosity. All the manipulator is gonna do is to play into it. Perhaps Wizard Liz calling us ugly.
You're ugly. Let's start there. Like, you could not pay me to look at you even, let alone sleep with you.
Should be seen as a compliment. At the end of the day, when you are painfully self-aware, you are manipulator's worst nightmare. Manifesting a dream man has become a trap that a lot of people fall for. You hear it everywhere. I manifested him. I manifested her.
When I try to manifest a relationship, I get it like this. Like, a partner is like this.
Let's be real. Most of the time, that's just playing into your own delusion. Don't get me wrong, manifestation can be a helpful tool when used with sense. If you're using it to get clear on what you actually want in life, writing things down, setting goals, asking yourself what kind of partner or future you're looking for, that's great. But here's the key. You still need to stay grounded. No universe brought us together story should stop you from actually looking at the person in front of you. Not who you feel they are, not who you think they could be, but who they really are right now in real time. So many self-proclaimed high-value women get cheated on because the moment they start labeling themselves like that, I'm the prize, I'm the catch, I'm the best woman alive, they're not being confident anymore, they being delusional. And delusion attracts people who know how to exploit it. They'll play into their fantasy, mirror everything they want to hear, act obsessed until they get what they want. want. And when it all crashes down, everyone is suddenly shocked. How could he cheat on someone like her? Because while she was there selling the image, he was studying how to play the game. And if you're not grounded in reality, you will just keep falling for it.
I was watching this video on TikTok of this girl talking about how like she's dating Miami, and like the guy invited her on a boat on like a yacht party that he was hosting, and he ended up bringing like other girls that he was like talking to as well. So like there was like multiple chicks there that he was talking to, and she was saying how she felt so disrespected, and like validly so. Like in a normal world that is but in that world that is so normal.
The reason these so-called high-value men cheat more isn't solely because they're wealthy and have more options, because men with no money cheat too. Let's not pretend they don't. For men with money, however, it is easier to cheat because money messes with people's judgment. It creates this illusion. He buys gifts, says all the right things, does nice things, and suddenly all the red flags get magically ignored. Sketchy past, control issues, insecurities, and manipulative behaviors all swept under the rug because he's successful, he's a provider, and it feels like a fairy tale. When people put too much value on money, they go blind to everything else, and cheaters end up having an upper hand. So what's the solution to that? Following Shira 7 advice and being with someone solely for their money and using them like they are using you. Completely giving up on love and staying single forever. Or maybe simply decentering money, wealth, and beauty, and this whole elitist idea of value would do the trick.